Three.
Okay, so the two types of education systems that we found are formal and informal. I'm going to be looking on the formal education system. That's the one I'm going to be doing, the formal one. Just to give a briefing of it. In general, the British higher education system has 5 stages of education. um, One of them includes primary years, secondary years, further education, higher education, and higher education. Now moving on to the objectives of the England education system. The one I am doing is England, so I'm going to move on to the objectives of the England education system. One of them includes raising standards of education. Another one includes closing the gap between the rich and the poor. Another one includes reforming the school system. And then moving on again, another objective is supporting all children and young people. They're moving on to the last one for this presentation, improving the effectiveness and efficiency of the department. Now, in conclusion, is this education still relevant to the modern learner? In my opinion, to a greater extent, I think it is still relevant to the modern learner because this education gives the learner that that interaction between the teacher and the student, hence making it much more easier. However, it does have its cons. For example, how we are moving how we're moving forward in terms of technology. For example, more information can be provided from the internet. We have to make use of different sources. But in conclusion, I think that the formal educational system is still very much relevant to the modern learners.
So, carrying on to what Anu has said, we identified the two types of educational systems, and I'm going to be talking about the informal part, which is that informal education is like education that is not based on a way, like it's not a systematic way of learning. It's different from formal education. Formal education, it's like following a specific way of doing things. You've got a syllabus, you've got timetables, you've got a system of how you're going to run your lessons and all that. But with informal education, it's different, as in you are doing things at your own free time. You're getting information from different sources, you're using educational websites, you're using books, using the libraries and different things. So informal education is just basically learning outside in your own comfort zone. You do things in different ways. So examples, I can give examples of like teaching a child like basic stuff, either being teaching your child on numeric numbers, ABCs, the vowels and all that, etc. And another informal way, like an example is if I want to learn my own mother tongue language, for example Shona, I can do it in my own time, like freely. I can use the Shona websites and the internet. I can do certain things. So the characteristics of informal education are that it looks to create and deepen situations where people can learn, explore, enlarge experiences, and make changes into their lives. It provides an environment where people can learn together and build an understanding, which is different from learning in a school. Is in like in a school, you're given a task to do as a team. Not everyone is going to share their idea because they feel like if they share their idea, it's going to be suppressed by someone's idea who's got a better idea than them. So it's different. There's also activity that can be based from learning, from the type of the form of learning that will be taking place. People can use complex materials, giving off tools that can actually help them. it bridges up the gap between school and life. For example, with informal education, you can talk about the day-to-day basis, like problems that you're facing in life. You can use them in your educational system. The benefits of informal education is that there's a possibility to act freely in unknown situations. Sometimes when we're learning in a class, in a formal way, people tend not to express how they feel sometimes because they feel infuriated by other people. So basically, you create your own environment, your own space, you become comfortable and all that. The values of informal education is that there's respect for unique values and dignity for each other human, for each human being. There's equity and justice. Yeah, so that's basically all about informal education. It, in my own perspective, I think that informal education is relevant in our day-to-day lives. I feel like it's actually better than using formal education. With informal education, you can learn so many things in different ways. People bridge to understand certain things in different ways. Yeah, so that's basically all about it.